Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Well Now page. My name is Aaron Lehman, and I'm excited to be joined tonight by Stephanie Ciarrochi. So really pumped for tonight's conversation to really get to know your story more, your young living story more, because I continue to be amazed, I think, on this journey over the last 13 years. And we've been doing the business now for 6 years, but just so amazed at the different people that find their way to this community and then dive in and then connect, like the connections we've gotten to have. So I'm just always amazed at what brings people into the young living world, what then inspires people to dive into the business. And so, yeah, I'm curious to hear more about your story tonight. So those of you who are joining live, if you know Stephanie, give her some love in the comments. If you're watching this on replay, welcome. If one of us sent this video to you, welcome as well to you. So Stephanie, fill us in a little bit on this young living journey and this natural wellness journey, like when it all began, how you ended up diving in. I'm totally curious.
Oh gosh, it's kind of a funny story, actually. Good to see you. Thanks for having me tonight, Aaron. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I am actually a hairstylist by trade. So how I got introduced to Young Living was a client of mine. Some of you may know her, Alyssa. I've been doing her hair for years. You know Alyssa, Aaron, huh?
Totally.
I like to call her my little hippie client. Because back in... So I started actually shortly after you, Aaron. It's been about 5.5 years for me. But I was doing Alyssa's hair, and I just kind of had her classified as my little random hippie client. I was polar opposite, nothing natural at all. So she came in and just started she always had something. Oh, like put an onion on your ear if you have an earache, or like whatever, just like all these random Alyssa things. So then one day she comes in and she's talking about these oils, and I was just kind of like, okay, here we go, another one of Alyssa's little random things.
Yes.
I just kind of blew her off, didn't really care. So until one night I was doing her hair and I worked from home. So my son, who was at the time 2, came in the salon, and I was just working away, and he came in, he was crying, whole dramatic thing, and me and Alyssa were just like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? And so I go over there and I'm kind of trying to like console him, and she just calmly gets up and she's like, oh, I have something, and gets in her bag. He had fallen and had like a huge goose egg on his head, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to calm my baby, and she's like, oh, I have something, gets in her bag, gets out a little bottle of oil, rubs a couple drops on his bump. I calm him down, no big deal. He runs back inside. And then it was like nothing miraculous happened. It's not like, oh, the bump went away or anything crazy like that. But something in that moment just shifted all of a sudden for me, because I knew she was only used natural products. So I trusted her. Like I wouldn't just let anybody put anything on my kid straight out of their purse, right? So I totally trusted her. I saw how easy it was to use, because I always thought like, oh, you had to be like some like hippie magician to like use this stuff, right? But I saw she put a drop on his head, and so something just shifted, and it was like the mom bear in me came out, and I was like, I have to have this stuff. So it's funny because I was never into anything natural, but I never liked synthetic medication. I have a history of like, medication, like addiction and abuse in my family. And so going into having kids and moving forward, like I never even really liked taking Tylenol or giving my kids Tylenol and stuff like that. Not because I knew any better, but I had just seen, the damages that it could do. So anyways, like everything changed in that moment for me. And I was like, I have to have this. I ordered a starter kit. I think it was that next day it came in. Alyssa came alongside me and just kind of helped me get going. And then it was just kind of all history from there, really, as far as my using the oils.
Amazing. So just to meet, so once you got the kit, you dove in and started. Did you go to some classes like initially? Do you remember like going, or you just kind of just one-on-one with Alyssa? She was kind of guiding you on the way.
Yeah, funny thing is like just being in the salon, I don't know about you, Erin, I'm sure, because I feel like most people are this way, but when you love a product, a place, a person, like we talk about it all the time, right? So
Totally.
I'm oils like crazy. I'm messing around in the salon with my clients. You know, I'd have one client who would be crying and we'd, you know, look up different things. We put oils on them and she'd be literally giggling in the next 5 or 10 minutes. And a client with a cough who couldn't stop coughing for like ever. And we're like, oh, let's just do this and try this. And she would cough. One of my clients, I remember having like a hot flash or something like that. And we were like, just playing with oils, you know? And I was just like crazy testimonies and like people were just loving them and we were seeing results. So I developed this belief in these products so fast and so strong because I think I was just diving in, messing around, playing with all these, you know, different things. And it was just crazy. So I was kind of shoved into the learning a little bit because my clients and friends were coming alongside of me because I'm naturally just kind of a big mouth and share everything that comes to mind anyways. So it naturally happened. It was crazy. So I actually started hosting classes in my home because people were always asking me and I'm like, I don't really know. So we were just kind of all learning together. And that's still, you know, almost 6 years later, I feel like what this journey is still just learning together, right? Kind of what works for you. Have you tried this, you know, and just growing together, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. It is 100% that, right? Just the growing together, learning together. It's, I mean, I still go to workshops and I'm like, you used what for what?
Always.
Like, I've never even tried that oil or I've never even tried. Yeah. So it's definitely, well, I think some people who, you know, who just know a little bit about Young Living kind of have this story of, oh, Young Living is essential oils, you know, and it's like they don't realize that Young Living is like helping people say goodbye to like putting harsh synthetic chemicals on their faces, you know, and on our bodies and, you know, and in our bodies and just providing supplements. And Young Living is so much more than oil. So those of you who are watching this, for, you know, and checking this out, just be sure to check in, whether it's Stephanie, whether it's myself that you know, or somebody else on the Living Well Now team. Just connect with them because Young Living has like over 600 products. So it is such a learning journey.
It's a lifestyle, right?
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I did. I was thinking the other day, I went to Target to get a volleyball, and I was like, wow, I don't really have to go to Target anymore. Or, you know, like when you go, occasionally I'll go to Walgreens. I have this like retainer in my teeth or whatever that I have to have these like threaders. So I have to go to Walgreens for that. But like back in the day, what we had to get, we went to we had to buy so much stuff from Target, Walmart, health food stores, etc. You know, and now it's these Young Living, you know, wellness box every month. Tell me what are like three of your, what's like the oil that you is a go-to, and how you use it, and then like if there's like three other products that you're all about. I'm curious.
Oh my gosh, Erin.
Yeah, just narrow it down. Just narrow it down to four.
Anybody that knows me is definitely like frankincense is like my crack. It's like my oily crack. I really crave frankincense. So that's like a definite daily use for me. For sure, frankincense. I have other strong emotion oils that I love. Harmony. I'm sure you've used Harmony. Beautiful. Peace calming was one of my like first like aha moments with oils. So those are my top 3 oils, I would say.
Yeah.
Our products go, you were touching on just the importance of the ingredients in our products that we use every day. And that's been like just life-changing for me because I never ever even thought about that. And I think a lot of women don't, but I feel like for women in general too, Erin, I think we use a lot more products than men on our skin and stuff like that. Maybe
a few more, so, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I think definitely like, I love Young Living skincare line. Before that, I was using another popular like department store brand. And then once I started learning and reading ingredients and stuff like that, I was like, okay, this is not what I want to be putting in my body and on my skin every day. So that's one of the things that I've learned to love about Young Living is I feel like they care more about the ingredients in our products than we even do most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
love Bloom skincare lines, what I'm using right now. I've used all of the skincare lines Young Living has, and I love them all, but they launched a new one called Bloom. Loving that. I love the Savvy makeup. So I was able to just cut like so many harmful ingredients from my products just from switching my skincare and my makeup to Young Living products. So
Wow.
my top faves right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So cool. So tell me a bit more. So let's shift into the business world.
Yeah.
You know, what has been, you know, you're a successful hairstylist. I don't know what
Yeah.
to call you. Hairstylist. Yeah, yeah. So you have a successful business and with hair, you know, as a hairstylist.
Mm-hmm.
This Young Living thing you just started to share little testimonials, and then it just started to grow, and now it's become a much bigger thing. You know, what has been motivating you? Is there a like a why that's driving you currently to like share and to support your business partners and to you know, help new people launch, or what, you know, what motivates you to invite people into this business journey?
Oh my gosh, Aaron, there's so many things. Like when I think back over just the journey, my personal journey with Young Living and this business, you know, in the beginning, it was just, I was sharing products and having fun, right? I was sharing a product that I love. I was learning, I was inviting people to come along with me. It was just fun. I was hosting classes, going to conventions, going to things, just having so much fun. And then it turned into like, this is like a legitimate income for me and my family, right? So for years it was helping us pay off debt. It was taking us on vacations. Like I remember we didn't vacation the way we did until Young Living. You know, we were vacationing more often, and I feel like better because it was for income for the family, right?
Yeah.
Then, I mean, I can go forward to right now where I currently am, you know, not only is the world, you know, going through everything that everybody's going through, but in my personal life, there's been a huge change in my life. And now my Young Living income is actually paying bills. It's just paying my monthly bills. So I feel like overall the journey of my why, you know, it was always residual income, passive income, something consistent on the side during times of uncertainty, slower months in the salon, or all of that. But I just feel like through my journey, it's kind of just been, you know, a rock kind of getting me through, you know, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Oh, so cool. And what would be like two of the biggest like highs of growing your business? You know, like how has it shifted you, changed you a bit? Like what have been a couple of the main like, wow, this has been a blessing. This has been a blessing. Are there a couple main things that, you know, that you feel thankful for as, you know, as you've grown your business?
Yeah, like it's honestly hard to narrow down to a couple, because I just feel like we talked a lot about the products themselves, you know, how they've changed my life. Like I was not into anything natural, didn't know anything about it. And now I live a much more natural lifestyle as far as my products and my home. I feel like I have a very clean home as far as, but I could even say like financially, we touched on that. Amazing upline who have really poured into me and showed me what a great example of living a debt-free life looks like, you know, and that's important. Mentors. And I know I've even heard Gary Young from the stage speak on, you know, use your Young Living income to pay off debt. And, you know, you're not truly free until you're debt free, right? You always kind of have a weight. So I would say financially, it's affected my life. So physically, emotionally, spiritually, just how I sort of, I guess, I don't know if I was pushed into it or organically fell into just personal development, kind of goes hand in hand, business model. So it's definitely like launched me. I feel like who I was 5-6 years ago is just like unrecognizable to who I am today and how I feel today, you know, what's important to me, how I view people. So it's really this company. I have to say this company, I know it's the business too. I know there's a lot of amazing, but I feel like the heart of our company really just brings out so much good in me.
Beautiful. I mean, drop the mic on that one, just because you're right. I mean, there's so many elements and so many just great gifts that come if you really dive in, right? And I think that, some people that may be watching this maybe considering wanting to grow a Young Living business. Maybe they're growing a business right now. And, here you're sharing some of the ways in which it's been a blessing in your world. What might you offer somebody who's kind of in that question land of like, oh, do I relaunch my Young Living business? Can I really do that? Could I make it happen? So I'm sure some people will check this out at some point and they'll be having that conversation going on in their head. Or they're brand new, like what would you, and obviously you and I both know it's not for everybody, right? So we were very aware that network marketing with Young Living is not for everybody, but maybe it is for some folks that are hopping on and listening and checking this out. What might you offer somebody as they're sorting through, like, can I do it? Should I do it? What might you offer them?
I mean, I don't know, Aaron. I kind of disagree with you. I think it really is for everybody.
I like that. Okay, keep going.
There's a place for everybody. Like, I feel like I know, I've worked with a lot of single moms, right? Who this was, an income on the side that they were building to try to make ends meet, right? I have friends who were stay-at-home moms just looking for community and, get-together-y kind of things. And then there's definitely people like me who work a full-time job and are doing it on the side. And I'm hoping one day this will definitely surpass my hair income, right? Lord knows I don't want to be standing on my feet doing hair for the rest of my life.
Yeah, totally.
So I feel like there is a place for everybody in this business. And I really do believe with my whole heart that anybody can do this business. But I also agree with you that it's not always easy. Is it ever easy? Never easy. Simple, but not easy.
Yeah, right.
I would just say, just decide that you're going to do it. And I think just making that decision and then committing to that decision, because you're basically just committing to what is the roller coaster of network marketing, entrepreneurship, right? In general. It's a ride, you're going to have good, easy flowing months, and you're going to have harder months. Like, there was definitely seasons where I was like rocking it. And there were seasons where I was just like, I can't even open my laptop right now, or talk to.
Yeah.
So I think just invest in the ride, commit. I always just like to say, if you can love on people, that's really, you're just loving on people. Invest a little bit of time into it and yourself. And I think anybody could do it. And I think that there's no reason not to be honest, whether you're working a job and love your 9 to 5 or you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever. I think anybody can really get a lot out of it for sure.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, no, I appreciate that reminder that, I think sometimes it's like we all have different goals, right? Some people are like, could be watching this and they're like, you know what? I need to figure out a way to create an extra $300 a month, right? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that are just like, if I could create an extra 300. Some people are like, I want to replace an income. Some people are like, I want this to be my retirement. There's like, so I appreciate you reminding me of that fact that it's, it's not, everybody doesn't have the goal to be a Thousandaire and be, like to earn a full-time income or a larger income with Young Living. But wherever the person, wherever you're at on the journey, those of you who are listening, I definitely just laid it out very clearly. Like, whatever goal you have, decide. If you have a goal and just commit and lock in and and have fun learning, right? I mean, I love your you're just sharing, like, it's just, we share products all the time, right? We're like, oh, I just got this cool screen protector on Amazon. You got to check it out. You should get it, you know, like, or whatever. We share stuff all the time. And this
Yep.
is just more intentional, right? It's like more intentional, showing up and helping people.
That's
Loving
good.
on people. You said loving on people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to have a passion for that. Let's be honest, right? That would be one thing. You got to be kind of passionate.
Gotta love people.
You got to love people. Yeah, no joke. No joke. Oh, so good. So good. All right. Last question is entrepreneurs, because you've done it as a hairstylist and are now doing it with the Young Living business. You know, what has been like the one key to your success? Like what, you know, what is, because you keep, right? You're choosing success. You've just consistently chosen success. Like where is that coming from? How are you making that happen? And because I want other entrepreneurs to know whatever business journey they're on, like, you know, there are some shifts, right? We weren't raised to be entrepreneurs. Very few of us were. So
Yeah.
what's been the key to your choosing success?
Oh my gosh, that's a really tricky question.
Yeah, fair
What a
enough.
great. Um, it's funny because it's like I don't feel like I'm successful. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a journey that I'm still working towards.
Okay.
But yeah, in thinking back, it's funny because I can actually remember a book that Andy recommended, Miracle Morning.
Yeah.
Did you that one?
Yeah. I mean, I know of it. I haven't gone there
Yeah,
yet, but
it's like a whatever book. Like now, obviously, because your interests change over the years. But I feel like
mm-hmm.
that was a pivotal thing. I don't know if you've heard the quote before, but I'm sure a lot of people have. Your business only grows as much as you grow. So I definitely think like investing in yourself daily and first thing in the morning is important. I think that Miracle Morning book was really big for me. Just to really every morning pour into like myself, you know, prayer, meditation, um, just yeah, the like the quote of the day, just like every day, just making sure that you're getting a little bit of positivity, a little bit of training, a little bit of growth.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it really is like the daily tasks, right? Because it's what we do every day that creates our weeks. Our weeks create our
Mm-hmm.
months, our years, and next thing you know, it's our life, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I little daily tasks that and starting your day off in a good place would be my advice, would be my
Mm-hmm.
key to success, is to just really
Yeah.
keep yourself positive and make sure that you're feeding your mind
Mm-hmm.
daily.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Yeah. So good. Oh, Stephanie, thanks so much. Thanks so much for being willing to do this. Really proud of you, proud of your team and the business y'all are growing together and the people you're helping. Just make little wellness shifts, you know, that I think are so critical for the next generation. I think this is work that's super important for the next generations to be thinking about how can I be in prevention mindset? How can I be in proactive mindset, right? And it's like that. I feel like that's what we're ultimately seeking to share with people as we share Young Living. So just thank you to you, thank you to your team and your teams, and yeah, those of you who watch this, feel free to reach out to Stephanie. Whoever invited you to check out this video, check back in with them if you want to learn more. Living Well Now specifically has intro to business calls every Wednesday now going forward. So that could be an excellent next step to check out. And then there's definitely some upcoming trainings that are happening that you'll want to lock into as you consider launching your business, relaunching your business, and saying yes to the possibility of residual income and the blessing of community and health expansion, you know? So anyway, thanks so much, Stephanie. Appreciate you. And I'm going to just stop the live stream.